The town of Black Hollow was the kind of place most people never noticed. It sat quietly between rolling hills and old farmland, surrounded by forests that had been there long before anyone settled. The roads in and out were few, and outsiders rarely stayed longer than a night. But for those who lived there, Black Hollow had its stories, strange whispers, odd disappearances, things that never quite added up. The most infamous of them all began on the night of October 17, 1994. 17-year-old Claire Simmons had been last seen leaving a high school football game. She was a bright girl captain of the debate team. Good grades, well-liked, with a future that looked certain. Witnesses said she'd been walking toward the parking lot, holding her backpack and waving to a friend. She never made it to her car. When her parents reported her missing, the police assumed the usual. Maybe she ran away, maybe she got into an argument with someone. But Claire wasn't the type. Her wallet was still at home, her diary filled with college plans, her bed neatly made. Days turned into weeks, and no trace of her was found. That would have been just another tragic cold case, except Black Hollow had seen it before. In 1972, a boy named Matthew Riley disappeared from the same football field parking lot. In 1981, a woman named Donna Blake vanished while walking home from the same neighborhood. And in 1987, 2 children went missing while cutting across the woods behind the stadium. No bodies, no evidence, just vanished, as if the town had swallowed them whole. The people of Black Hollow called it the Hollow's Curse. Detective Marcus Hale was the one assigned to Claire's case. He was a weary man, used to small-town crimes like break-ins and drunken fights, not disappearances that stretched back decades. But the more he investigated, the more he saw the connections others had ignored. The parking lot wasn't just random ground, it sat directly beside an abandoned road leading into the forest. A road that had once been a main path before it was closed off. Locals said no one went down that road anymore. They said it led to nothing. But Hill wasn't convinced. He followed the road one evening, his flashlight cutting through the mist. The asphalt was cracked and buckled, eaten by roots. Signs warned no trespassing and road closed, but beyond them, the woods pressed close, suffocating. After a mile, he came to a clearing where the remains of an old house stood. The roof had collapsed, the windows shattered, the wood blackened as if by fire. No record of the house existed in county files. It wasn't on any maps, but Hale swore he heard something moving inside. The next day, he returned with backup, but the house was gone. Where the foundation had been, there was only dirt, leaves and stone. No burned wood, no glass, nothing but forest floor. The other officers laughed it off, said he must have imagined it. Hale didn't argue, but he knew what he saw.
As Claire's case grew colder, Hale became obsessed. He dug through old archives, searching for any trace of that house. He found something buried in the town's oldest records. A family named Harrows had once lived deep in the woods at the end of the very same road. In 1923, the entire family vanished without explanation. Their property was later burned to the ground by the townsfolk, though no one ever admitted why. The sheriff at the time simply wrote, they had to be erased, Hale wondered if the Harrows had truly disappeared or if their legacy lingered in the woods. Over the months, more witnesses came forward. A hunter swore he'd seen a pale figure standing in the forest, watching him with hollow eyes. A teenager admitted he'd heard someone calling his name from the trees in Claire's voice. Even though she'd been gone for weeks, dogs refused to walk near the road, whining and pulling their owners back. By spring of 1995, Hale was consumed. His apartment walls were covered in photos of the missing, maps of the forest, red string connecting decades of disappearances. His fellow officers stopped visiting. People in town whispered that he had lost his mind. Then, on April 3rd, Hale vanished too. His car was found parked at the edge of the forest, keys still in the ignition, driver's door open. His gun was missing from its holster, his flashlight found half buried in mud. There was no sign of struggle, no footprints leading away, just emptiness. The department searched for weeks, but found nothing. Hale was gone, just like the others. The disappearances slowed after that, but they never stopped. Every few years, someone new went missing near the forest, near that same cursed stretch of road. Some were children, some were adults. None were ever found. Locals say the forest keeps them, that the Harrow family still lingers, reaching out to pull others into their emptiness. Some claim if you walk the old road at night, You can hear the voices of the lost calling your name, begging you to follow. Others say if you see the house, you should never go inside because once you do, you'll never leave. The case of Claire Simmons remains unsolved to this day. Her photo still hangs on the wall of Black Hollow's town hall, along with the faces of all the others who disappeared before and after. A silent gallery of the missing. And if you ever find yourself driving through Black Hollow, keep your windows rolled up when you pass the woods, because sometimes, they say, you'll see a girl in the tree's long hair, backpack over her shoulder smiling faintly as she waits for you to notice her. But if you stop to look, you won't be coming back.